Good morning.
Good morning.
Tempted to say Merry Christmas. Thank you all for showing up, braving the storm, and being here. Let's sing together. This is a new month, new music. Let's have some fun. This was written by one of our dear friends. So sorry she's gone. She's not really gone. Her music lives on. This is a song by Lorraine Horstmanshoff. It's called Three Little Demons. Let's sing it together.
Three little demons running in my head. Three little demons running in my head. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray and keep them all away. Anger makes me feel so frustrated. Anger gives me a big headache. Anger never got me very far. Happiness feels so much better. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray and keep them all away.
Drew.
Two little demons running in my head. Two little demons running in my head. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray and keep them all away. Hate is such a lovely emotion. Hate is ignorant and destroys. To hate is so evil. Why not let love through? I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray and keep them all away. One little demon running in my head. One little demon running in my head. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray and keep them all away. Negativity is part of depression. Negativity is wasted emotion. Negativity makes me feel like crying. Positivity makes high vibration. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. Get them all away. No little demons running in my head. No little demons running in my head. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray and keep them all away.
Little demons. None here, right? None of you have that going on. Well, I wish I could say happy warm Sunday, but I did warn you last week. So happy replenishing of our water resources Sunday. And we are so grateful. I can't believe how many people are here on this snowy morning. Y'all must have a better car than I do. Thank God I'm close. Anyway, all right, thanks for being here. And all of our love streamers, will you please let us know your name and where you are and say hello to each other and connect the way we get to do in person right here. Our practitioners serving in today's service are Lana Cairns, who will be doing our reading and leading us in prayer, and Teresa Martin, who's over there holding high watch, filling in for somebody who was much farther away and couldn't brave the snow. So thank you for stepping up, Teresa. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor every pathway by which people seek to know and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so we can help make the world a better place. All right, if you will, I invite you to please join me in saying with feeling our purpose statement. We are an open, welcoming community celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. Thank you. Our theme for this new month is Choose It, Change It. And Reverend Cindy's very creative talk title is, can't wait to hear your reading to match this, Peekaboo, I See You. And for our special music, as planned, okay, I didn't see. All right, it's the band, or you, or what? It's the best special music we have. Do we have first-time visitors today? I think we do, yes. And if so, will you raise your hand and let us welcome you? Look at this. I guess we just need more snow to get people to come out. I don't know what's up with this. Anyway, if you haven't yet done so, we encourage you to visit the hospitality table where you can pick up some information about our center and get a gift of a copy of the Science of Mind magazine. And we affirm for you and for all the rest of you too that you will experience a blessing here this morning. So thank you so much for being here with us. What a blessing. All right, it's the first Sunday of the month, and that means Reverend Cindy will be leading us in visioning in the first floor classroom following the service. Those attending will enjoy a light lunch before doing the visioning process, which is opening up to the guidance of Spirit to discern what it is that Spirit wants to express through us or you. We usually do it for something for the center when we're here, but you will learn the process and then you can use it in any area of your life. We sit and we ask Spirit to show us what it would have us do and what our gifts and talents are that we bring in order to accomplish that, and what we might let go of, with claw marks in my case usually, in order to move forward on that new path. So no experience required, and if you've never done it, I encourage you to check that out after service today. And as most of you know, except the new folks, Rob and Steve, the rest of our service host team, moved away last month, and I'm happy to announce that you will no longer have to listen to me every week. Because next Sunday, Shane Hughes will be joining the service host team. I think I don't know if they like you, Shane, or they're just sick of me. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they don't, but it'll be awesome. I can't wait. So, yeah, exactly. All right, so next week he will be up here. All right. Wow. So on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, we will have our annual meeting and a St. Patrick's Day potluck lunch. So in the meeting, we will hear our annual financial report, review our accomplishments from the last year, look forward to what's coming up, and elect new members to our board. We have, that's the old members of the board. Our awesome list of candidates, alphabetically by first name, are Kathy Hughes, and her biggest fan, Shane, Gail Ulsecker,
Yeah.
Woo. Kevin Daniels, and Lana Cairns.
Wow. Powerhouse.
We are truly blessed to have such an awesome group stepping up to serve us, so yay. All right, on Sunday the 24th, following his Sunday talk, our guest speaker for the month, Reverend Skip Jennings, who is awesome, will be offering a workshop called Gratitude Mastery that will offer you the opportunity to unlock the profound potential of gratitude to enhance every aspect of your life. As usual, the fee includes lunch before the workshop starts, so you can sign up at the table outside. And briefly, I will tell you that our outreach ministry is joining with the Red Cross on April 20th to provide volunteers to help families learn about fire safety and provide them with free smoke alarms. There's a lot more information to come up here in the weeks to come. April 20th is a long way away. However, there's already more information on the website and at the hospitality table, and you can sign up there to be part of that. So it's a great service. I think it was 7 people die every day in house fires. And having good smoke alarms can cut that in half. So, all right, let's do our part. Okay, you can find out more information at the hospitality table on the website, and that's where you can find out everything, one of those 2 places. But if you're not here, it's the website, which is spirituallyfree.org. And there's just about everything in the world that you can do on there. So if you haven't checked it out, please do that. And if you have, you know what's there, and I won't bother you. So, all right. As I always do, I remind you that our center was founded on, and it is grounded in prayer. Our professional prayer practitioners are so ready to help you recognize that whatever's going on in your life, that Spirit has a purpose for that. And I know that if you're like me, when some of the stuff's going on in your life, it's really hard to see God in that. And that's what the practitioners know how to do for you until you can know it for yourself. So we encourage you. We will have practitioners in the room right across the hall, available after the service to do an in-person prayer if you would like that. There's a prayer box on the hospitality table that you can put a prayer request, and on the website you can do the same thing. And if you do that, all our practitioners will be in prayer for you. So right now, I invite you, as we prepare for Lana's reading, we will have our beautiful centering song, and then Lana will do her reading, share some sacred silence, and then lead us in prayer.
Moment I renew my life in joy and love and peace. All my thoughts are born again. This light inside will never cease. I choose love and let love have me. I choose peace and let
reading from John O'Donohue and Amkara, the Book of Celtic Wisdom. The Nacht. On the day when the weight deadens on your shoulders and you stumble, may the day dance to balance you. And when your eyes freeze behind the gray window and the ghost of loss gets into you, may a flock of colors, indigo, red, green, and azure blue, come to awaken in you a meadow of delight. When the canvas frays in the currach of thought and a stain of ocean blackens beneath you, may there come across the waters a path of yellow moonlight to bring you safely home. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. So continuing in this healing consciousness of wholeness, of oneness, of connectedness, of community, I am so grateful for my life. So grateful for my friends, my family, my animals, my home, the food I eat, the country in which I live in, that I am free to express what I think. I am so grateful for the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living that reminds me of this all the time. I am grateful for the snow, for the skiers that come and enjoy our beautiful state. I'm just so deeply grateful for all the good in my life all the time. And so I recognize that there is just one life, one presence, one power, one energy, one vibration, one soul, one divine intelligence. We call it the way, we call it infinite good, love, peace, all of it, all the time, moving through me as I engage in my life as spirit in form. So the tsunami of God that comes from behind me, that is all around me, is me. My words are God's words. The money I have is God's money. The life I have is God's life. That God and I are one. That I am born from that source, I return to that source, that there is just God in this world. And so I am so thankful of this community. I'm so blessed that we are all together. And so I bless this service for those that are here, wishing everyone a great day, a great week. I bless those who serve from the entourage and the community, the concierge of the entourage, the minister, Reverend Cindy, for her message, for the musicians, for the AV. I'm just so blessed of this community. I just know there is one power, one presence. It's my life, and I bless it all the time. And so let's take a deep breath together, inhaling this vision, this mission, inhaling and exhaling this truth that we are stewards of God on this planet. And so I just bless everyone here. And together with one heartbeat, we simply say, and so it is, amen, namaste.
We're going to learn our new song together. I don't know how I found this song. I was just surfing and put in a few key words that had to do with the theme this month. And this really cool song came out of the woodwork. It's by Sandro Cavazza. I don't know who that is, but it's a really, really cool song. So we're going to learn it together. It's called Best Is Yet to Come.
I wanna live like no tomorrow and never think about yesterday. 'Cause we can live without the sorrow. It's just perspective anyway. Even impossible is positive 'cause it has the word possible in it. And the unthinkable is thinkable if you think for a minute. And even untrustable is trustable if you put trust in the air. So put your trust in the air. The best is yet to come. Don't worry about a thing. Whenever you feel down, don't let the troubles in. The sun is gonna come. Don't worry about the rain. Let's sit here for a while and watch it go away. And just take it easy. Let's take it easy and let the breeze in. Just take it easy. Don't really worry about the future, 'cause I will get there anyway. And it's okay to feel like a loser. It's how you face it anyway. Even impossible is positive 'cause it has the word possible in it. And the unthinkable is thinkable if you think for a minute. And even unlovable is lovable if you put your heart in the air. So put your love in the air, yeah. The best is yet to come. Don't worry about a thing. Whenever you feel down, don't let the troubles in. The sun is gonna come. Don't worry about the rain. Let's sit here for a while and watch it go away. The best is yet to come. Don't worry about a thing. Whenever you feel down, don't let the troubles in. The sun is gonna come. Don't worry about the rain. Just sit here for a while and watch it go away. And just take it easy. Just take it easy. Just take it easy. Let's take it easy and let the breeze in. Just take it easy.
Yeah, cool song, huh? So first of all, I want to thank my amazing band members, my music team, for showing up today. I called an early rehearsal, and you know what the weather was like. At 7 o'clock, it was just a blizzard up north, and I was down in Orem, and we just wondered if this was going to happen. But prayer works. Yeah. I'm so grateful for the dedication of my team. We had a special guest here for you today, a new one. His name is Russell Jones, but he lives in Timber Lakes, which is east of Heber, had about 2 feet of snow at his house. So he said, I just don't feel like it's safe for me to come, but we will schedule him again. So again, my music team stepped up. I said, let's use it. So we're writing charts in between rehearsals, and we'll do a couple things that we've done before. But let's start with this song by Simon and Garfunkel. It's called El Condor Pasa. I'm going to feature Rory Norseth on vocals here.
I'd rather be a sparrow than a snail. Yes, I would. If I could, I surely would. I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. If I could, I surely would.
Way I'd rather sail away like a swan that's here and gone. A man gets tied up to the ground. He gives the world its saddest sound, its saddest sound.
I'd rather be a forest than a stream. Yes, I would. If I could, I surely would. I'd rather feel the earth beneath my feet. Yes, I would. If I only could, I surely would.
Way I'd rather sail away like a swan that's here and gone. A man gets tied up to the ground. He gives the world his saddest sound, his saddest sound.
Way I'd rather sail away
Like a swan that's here and gone. A man gets tied up to the ground. He gives the world its saddest sound, its saddest sound.
I'd rather be a sparrow than a snail. Yes, I would. If I could, I surely would. I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. Yes, I would. If I only could, I surely would.
Away, I'd rather sail away like a swan that's here and gone. A man gets tied up to the ground. He gives the world its saddest sound, its saddest sound.
Beautiful, and what a perfect song for this monthly theme of choose it, change it. I love that song. Thank you. Aren't we blessed, you guys, with this amazing band? Oh my goodness. I am just so grateful. Yes, peekaboo, I see you. When I sent that theme to Linda, she was cracking up, wondering, what are you doing, Cindy? You'll know more by the end of this talk. But first things first. Welcome to March. Yes, here we go. March is typically that beginning of springtime, right? It's that, well, Utah spring is a little different than other springs, and I know I have beloveds that are watching and streaming in from all parts of the planet, so it might be spring for them. We'll have to wait a little bit, but it's that time of rebirth, regeneration, and flow, where we get to shed that old skin, or we get to unfurl those insights and ideas that we've been having over this course of the winter. Those things that we think about and and are excited about, like walking outside to a warm day, right? And what I want to say is that we get to shake it off. Yeah, shake this winter off, but we get to do it here with each other. What this center can assist you with is shaking off the freeze. Well, maybe not quite yet, but we're getting there. In fact, today, since it's the first day of the month, we get to do it in this way with the visioning process that we do the first Sunday of every month. So that's my little pitch to come to visioning, because not only will you vision upon what's next for our beloved center, but also what's next for you in your life. The visioning process is powerful, and it can really take you from these ideas that have been downloading to you to it out picturing in your life. So, back to this springtime in Utah. It was a year ago that I was, everyone told me, oh, it's not usually like this. And there I am in my condo that we rented here in Murray, and I had this balcony, and I always looked at the balcony and thought it would be nice to be out there, but there was no way. It was filled with snow, and it was cold. But I noticed one day this icicle, and I got obsessed with this icicle because I watched it change. I watched it grow. I watched it drip, and I decided to name it Bruce. Sorry, Bruce. And it was actually very fascinating. I took pictures of it at different iterations of it, when it was little and thin, when it was thick. And I really kind of connected with this icicle and what was happening with our weather and how it showed me where we were. And when it was really dripping, I'm like, yes. So here we are yesterday. I'm working at home in my office, and I have my window shades open, and I notice that it's, raining a little bit. Then I notice that the rain is coming sideways and hitting the window, and then I can hear it hitting the window because it's changed and transformed to hail. So I'm looking out on the street, and I'm watching the hail bounce off the cement, and I'm fascinated. Again, I guess these weather things fascinate this California girl because I'm not used to it, right? So I'm watching the hail, and I'm working away, and I'm watching the hail, and then all of a sudden, the hail turns into snow. It's kind of a wet snow at first, and it's hitting the window again. It was quite windy, right? And then it turned into those big, fluffy snowflakes that we all love and Utah is known for. But that wasn't the end of it. It changed again into sleet. And I watched it gathering on the window and on the screens. And I just thought, okay, this is spring. This is spring Utah style. So back to the peekaboo I see you. What the heck am I talking about here? What I'm talking about here is those shell games that we play in our head. Because I believe we always have our own answers. And what happens is our soulful self, our essential self, our higher self, always knows what it knows what it knows. It knows the answer. And yet sometimes our ego minds take something that we're trying to maybe decide on, and it plays these shell games and it moves things around. It's hiding from you. But yet it's always there. It's always there in that I see you. So, what happens for me when I go to that shell game, and you might be able to relate to these, and you might have your own games, right? Some of mine are making the pro and con list when I'm making a decision. Maybe it's me calling or texting a friend and saying, hey, what should I do with this? I'm going outside of myself to really decide what's right for me. Sometimes we start doing research. That's not necessarily my protocol, but I know folks that do that. They get online and do the Google search. What should I do in this situation, right? So those are the games that I'm talking about. And no matter how much we try to hide from the soulful truth, the truth is always known within us. And I want to take it a step further. Because I know that people in this room come here because you've been called to be in this philosophy. You've been called to be an aware and awake person. No matter where you are on your journey of this awareness, we're all called to be here. And yet, these games sometimes happen in our minds. I did a workshop, or a series of workshop in the 1980s. I think it was around 83. And the advanced workshop was called the Consultant's Training. I did this with she's now known as one of the mothers of life coaching. Her name is Cherie Carter Scott. So yes, I was quite young, maybe early 20s. And this is where I learned that I have all the answers inside. This is where I learned to ask the right questions. One of the takeaways that this teacher taught me, and is still a mantra of my life today, is love yourself, trust your choices, and anything is possible. So, if we live a life supporting the shell game, it creates suffering in the way of shame, remorse, and sometimes addictions. And when I use the word addictions, what I want you to know is, yes, addictions as in alcoholism and things like that, but there's many other addictions that we all have. Those little cell phones that we carry around. I admit it, I have an addiction to it. When I walk out the house and I realize I don't have my phone, it's like, I need my phone, right? So I'm admitting that in front of all of you, right? Addictions might be shopping. Addictions might be doing something over and over that we just know is not serving us, but we keep doing it. So we cannot get out of this destructive shame that fuels this suffering until we start being who we are really. Until we start being radically honest with ourselves. I was watching something on YouTube the other day, and this woman was saying that on average, adults lie at least twice a day. Now, little kids, they lie more often because it's how they're learning how to deal with their environment. And when they get older, they don't do it as much. But when we get to adulthood, we still do it. We do it. We have reasons. We have reasons to do this. It's a way that we cope. It's a way that we think we're not going to hurt someone if we tell them no when they're asking us to do something that isn't ours to do. So we get to be 100% honest with ourselves. And that's what I'm talking about, this peekaboo thing. It's not always easy to be honest with ourselves. But if we want this life that's filled with joy and balance, it's what we get to do. Howard Thurman said, "There's something in you that listens for the sound of the genuine in yourself. It is the only true guide you will ever have, and if you cannot hear it, you will spend your days on the ends of strings that someone else is pulling." Wow. I don't want to be a puppet. That's not what I'm here to do and be. I'm going to give you an example of one of the games that happened for me just last week. Some of you know that I've been planning a trip to Costa Rica. It's a retreat with Dr. Sue, and you all know how much I love Dr. Sue. And I had to make a decision because, as I told you last week, if you were here, with my brother being in hospice care right now in Los Angeles, there's a lot going on in my family life. I called the Dr. Sue people and they said, "Well, we don't give refunds. However, if you cancel by the end of the month," which was Friday. Was it Friday? Thursday. So it was Thursday. "If you cancel by the end of the month, then and we are able to replace you, you can get a refund." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I sat with that. And I played the shell game with myself. And it caused me a lot of suffering. It was a very uncomfortable week. And people that know me the closest, they could tell in my voice. They could tell that I was not home in my core. They could tell that higher self Cindy, where'd she go? I was here. I was here playing this game, and it was not fun. Not fun at all. I know that I have the answers. But in that case, I was too busy playing the game to really sit and hear the truth of my soul. So what I did was I called my practitioner. Sometimes when we're too close to something, we can't see it. I called my practitioner and I said, "Help. I need an emergency prac session pronto." And somehow we made it happen Wednesday morning. Thank you, Reverend Joe. We spent only about 30 minutes on the phone. And what happened was a lot of tears, a lot of really great questions that she asked me, and a lot of internal listening on my side. Because you know what? I knew what I knew. Ernest Holmes says the divine presence being everywhere and filling all space must be in me. It must be that which I really am. So when I got off that call, that prac session, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. No, circumstances didn't change. They were still the same. But I was able, with complete trust of myself and my choice, to call them and let them know what I had chosen. Now, since I went through this last week, it gave me a great opportunity to say, now, how could I have done that better? How could I have? It's always good to reach out when you need help. In fact, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith says, help is not help. Help is hello, eternal loving presence. Hello, eternal loving presence. What a great quantum flip. I don't have to feel bad about reaching out. I get to have someone know the truth of who I am so that I can get to my my answer, but I wanted to harvest ways that I could have done this a little differently so that I could bring that to my beloved community. The first thing I came up with is to have those that are closest to you, give them permission to ask you those hard questions. Maybe you have a lot of friends, but maybe there's one or two people in your life that can ask you those hard questions. Choose this virtuous way of living by being committed to rigorous honesty. First and foremost, self-honesty. Foster intimate connections by asking for help when you need it. Maybe reaching out to a practitioner. I will tell you this, I will always have a practitioner. And I know amazing ministers and practitioners that will always have a practitioner. It's not about you need someone when you're going through a hard time. You just need someone in your life that understands the magnificence of who you are and that can ask you those hard questions and can mirror to you when you're playing a shell game. Befriending your shadow side. Be aware of the dark side in ourselves and all people and make peace with it. It's a part of who we are. So from a book called Care of the Soul by Thomas More, a soulful life is never without shadow, and some of the soul's power comes from its shadow qualities. If we want to live from our depths soulfully, then we have to give up all pretenses of innocence. Everybody has their shadow. Everybody has their little white lies. But what I'm talking about here is that we've got to be honest with ourselves if we want to have a balanced and joy-filled life. The last one is to recognize when you feel like you're suffering and you're frustrated and you're angry, that it's time to ask yourself questions. It's time to sit down in meditation. It's time to sit and listen to your own soul and listen based on these questions that you have for it. What's really going on here? Man, have you ever been like running around like a chicken with his head cut off and you're like so stressed out, but you just don't take a moment to sit down and ask yourself, what's going on here? Maybe another question is, how can I love and support myself no matter what the answer is? See, I believe that my soulful self absolutely knew the answer before I had that session. There's no doubt about it. And there was a part of me that knew that making that decision meant I had to really honestly look at what was going on in my life. And that it was not okay for me to not be around my family at a time like this. Another question is, what is the cost of not being honest with myself in this situation? Ooh. Right? Because everything is cause and effect. If you do one thing and you aren't upfront about it and honest about it, what's it going to do? It's going to bite you in the bottom. It's going to come back and haunt you. Another question might be, how can I be thankful for myself even if the decision I make is not what others want to hear? That can be a hard one too. We don't want to disappoint people. We don't want to let people down. And finally, because you know this is what I'm all about, where in my body do I feel this? Identify that place and send it lots of love. So I absolutely know that these kind of challenges in my life are here for me to be more of who I am. We can't be these big, bold spirits if we stay in a safe little box. Sometimes a safe little box is padded with lies. So we have to get brave and come out of that box sometimes. I'm going to tell you this because I know I'm going to get a bunch of questions after service asking me what I decided. So I'm going to tell you what I decided. What I know is that it is essential for my higher self, for every part of me, to be with my family. So I did call the retreat folks and say, I'm canceling. What they told me was, again, if they find someone to take my spot, I'll get that full refund. If they don't find someone and things are calm on the home front, then I could possibly jump back in. That'd be cool. And quite possibly, if they didn't find someone, and I'm in the midst of this family stuff going on, then I could possibly lose that money. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I'm truly trusting myself. Because I know where I need to be. I know that when I write my life story, that's not something I'm going to be regretful about. That's another great question that you can ask yourself. How do I want to write my life story? What do I want it to say? That's how we want to live. So, I trust my decision. I trust my choices, and I know anything is possible. Let's pray. Just taking in a nice deep breath. I start with gratitude. Grateful for these modern day mystics that I love to study, hang out with, listen to. Grateful for this wonderful sanctuary that is warm and cozy and keeps the snow out, the warmth in. So grateful for our amazing music program that gets here, rallies together, even when there is a storm. They're all here, 100% open and willing to provide this music that opens our hearts, our souls, our minds. And I'm grateful for life and all the twists and turns and challenges that might come, because I know that they are supporting me in being who I am here to be, my bold and bright self. And I'm mostly grateful for knowing that there is only one power, one presence, one love. You might call it God. Infinite mind. Yahweh. Yeshua. Hashem. Spirit. Heart. Love. That universal mind. The force. Energy. Light. So many names, and yet only one. And that oneness is omnipotent, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, omni, everywhere, every moment of every day, never not. Always present and never absent. And in this oneness is me and how I show up and my voice and my ideas and my thoughts and everything I touch, I hear, I see, I step forward to. And I know that everybody within earshot of this prayer is one and the same as the one. Magnificent beings that are here to allow spirit to experience itself through your life, through our life, through every situation we have, every joy, every challenge, every moment of every day. Connected always, never separate. And that connection follows us, reminding us even when there is a challenge that is painful. For those of us in this community that are going through physical challenges, emotional challenges, heart challenges, whether it's releasing a loved one or within our own body temple. I know that spirit is in the center of all that's going on. That our essential self, our higher self, always knows that it's perfect. Connected to the light, one with the one. And I also identify that sometimes it hurts and that we are here to love one another and remind each other of the magnificent souls that we are, even if we're not fully present because there might be pain going on. For our community members that are going through pain, we love you. We hold you. We know who and what you really are. And for those in this community that are wanting and needing abundance in any part of their life, I claim and know that it is your birthright to have everything, all needs met, and then some. And I know for my beloveds in this room that are concerned with wars and those hateful things that some humans can do, that we know that we get to bring the peace, we get to bring the love, we get to end the war first and foremost within ourselves so that we can let that ripple out into the world. And for those of us in this room that have been playing a peekaboo shell game in our minds about something going on, whether it's making a decision in any part of our life, that the shell game has ended because we have just taken this time to be rigorously honest with ourselves. So instead of the peekaboo, we see you, I see you. You see you. So for this and so much more, I surrender. I am thankful. I am grateful for answered prayer that is happening now in this moment. No waiting in God's time. It's done. It's done. It's done now. And I surrender. I release this word into the oneness, into the law that only works 100% of the time. I let it go. And please join me in anchoring this prayer by saying, and so it is. Amen. Ashe.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
Okay, it's that time where we get to practice another spiritual practice. And that is one of being generous. For those of you, come on forward, ushers, come forward and they'll be working their way back. For those of you that give automatically every month, thank you. Thank you so much. We get to be here as a community and have the longevity that we've had because of all of you beautiful souls that have been here for so many years. So I am so grateful that you keep coming back. I'm so grateful when you invite your family and friends to join us. I am so grateful that we get to share this spiritual practice together. I know that just by releasing it, it causes a ripple effect of blessings. So let's bless this offering. Thank you, Christine. Imagine your heart coming through your hands toward the baskets here, and repeat after me. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
We are so blessed.
We are so blessed.
We know
We know
what we give
what we give
comes back
comes back
multiplied abundantly.
multiplied abundantly.
We are so blessed.
We are so blessed.
And so it is.
And so it is. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. Together we stand, divided we fall, yeah. Come on now, people, let's get on the ball and work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man. Before things go wrong, is there sometimes will the road that we travel seem all uphill? Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man. Well, now 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 hours, what does it matter in this life of ours? Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man. Well, now make someone happy and make someone smile. Let's all work together and make life worthwhile. Let's get together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man. Come on, all you people, work hand in hand. Let's make this world a good place to stand. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we stand, every boy, girl, woman, every man.
Yes, I have addictions too. Yeah, I do the spreadsheets, the pros and cons, and all that stuff, and then never make a decision. And what's sad about that is Shemaine does the same thing. We're just two peas in a pod, and that pod is, well, it's good that we have tools to get out of that stuff. Thank you for the reminder, and that when we're in indecision, we can go within, but we can also seek a practitioner, and when we're too close to it. That's awesome. Thank you. Don't forget the visioning today downstairs in our classroom. It's wonderful to do that. It's a great time to do that. Just before springtime, before something blooms out of you. And don't forget to seek a practitioner if you need a quick prayer. Pick me up. Have a blessed week. Let's stand, everybody, and sing our closing song.
Change the world with my own two hands, make it a better place. With my own two hands, make it a kindness place. With my own two hands, with my own two hands, I can peace on earth. With my own two hands, I can clean up the earth. With my own two hands, I can reach out to